Okay, part 2. So we've done converting improper fractions into mixed number fractions. Our next step is to convert our mixed number fractions into improper fractions. Okay, so again, there's a couple of ways that we can do this. If I write down first of all, I've got 3 2/3. I've got my mixed number fraction here. And I can use my diagrams again if I wanted to do that. So I know that I've got 3 wholes and it's 2/3. So each of my bars that I draw this time needs to be split into those thirds again. My denominator is 3, so I'm going to split them into 3 equal parts. So if I draw a bar, and I know that I've got to convert 3 of these, I've got 3 holes. So 3 of these have got to be completely shaded in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's my whole numbers there because I've got 1, 2, 3. And then my final one is my 2/3. So I'm just going to colour in 2 of those. So I've got my 2 parts there, okay? So what I'm going to do there is I'm not actually going to count them as wholes this time. I'm going to count the individual parts to turn that into an improper fraction. So I've got my 3 holes there, I've done those, but I'm going to count the bits that I've shaded in. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So out of those bars that I've shaded in with my 3 whole ones and my 2/3, I've actually ended up with 11 thirds. So when I'm writing it as an improper fraction, I've created a fraction with 11 thirds. I've got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 there. Okay, so that's how we can use those diagrams to help us. If we want to do it another way, we can use our calculations, but rather than dividing this time, we're going to multiply. So let's do a different number. But this time we've got 4 and 5, 6. And I want to know what this is as an improper fraction. So we're going to use our multiplication skills to help us. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the whole number that we've got and we're going to multiply that by the denominator. That's our first step. There's a couple of steps to this. So our first step is to take that whole number. So we've got our 4 and we're going to multiply it by 6. A bit like we drew out our bars. I'd have 6 equal parts and I'd have 4 of them. So this is where the connection comes. I've got my 4 and I'm going to multiply that by 6 rather than drawing my 4 bars with 6 equal parts and colouring those in. So 4 times 6 I know is 24. Okay, so that's my wholes that I've dealt with. I've done my 4, I've multiplied it by my denominator to give me 24. But I've still got to think about my end fraction here. Now I haven't got another whole there. If I had another whole, that would be 6, 6, and that would give me another whole number here. But I haven't got that, so I'm not going to multiply anything with this fraction. When I've got my 24 here, what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to add that last numerator on. So I'm going to take my 24, because that's fundamentally now 24 6, and I'm going to add my 5 onto it. So 24 add 5 is 29, and then I need to remember to put that over my denominator, which is 6. So if I was converting my 4 and 5, 6 into an improper fraction, that's how I would do it. I've got 4 multiplied by 6, then I add that last fraction on, that numerator onto my 24, which gives me the 29, and I put that over my denominator, which hasn't changed at all. So just remember that we're not changing that denominator at any point to give me those 29 6. I hope that helps, Amington Heath.